Hello and welcome to the newest reading and writing update. I have really exciting news, but I can't tell you yet. But potentially in a few weeks. Okay, to the video. I will start with what I'm reading. I recently finished Babel. If you haven't watched my review, click here or here. I don't know which side it is. But I am reading Near the Wild Heart. I've been reading this for a while. If you've watched my Clarice Lispector video, I am reading all of Clarice Lispector's books in chronological order of publication together with her letters. And so far, it is incredibly fun because I think this was the perfect choice to do this with Clarice Lispector because she has such a, I guess, loose. Yeah, loose, very poetic, very, I'm gonna say whatever it comes to my head kind of writing. It's not like that, but it kind of reads like that sometimes. It's really beautiful writing. It's telling a really beautiful story, but it's a bit harder for me to only read this at times because it is a challenging type of writing to read, even though I appreciate it very much. So reading the letters together with the book, it just gives me another perspective because she's talking about the book all the time in the letters. She talks about the way it's being received, the criticisms that she's getting and all that kind of stuff. It's so cool. It's like you're receiving these letters yourself, and having the writer of a book you are reading talk to you about the book you are reading. It's so cool. I'm so happy I did this. And yeah, I've been reading a little bit more of this after I finished Babel because I need this balance in my reading. Like, if I'm reading something complex, I need to read a book that is very easy to read, like Babel. And it really helps. And after I finished it, I was able to go back to this much easily. Much easily. Sorry guys, English is my second language. It was a lot easier for me to go back to this book after reading Babel. And yeah, this is part of what I'm reading. And I also picked this back up. I've been rereading Call Me By Your Name since the late summer, I guess. And I'm really getting close to the end. And I decided to reread this because I really want to read Find Me, which is here buried somewhere, and I don't want to have to put it back again. But just imagine Find Me here. And I'm very near to the end. I'm like right here. So as soon as I finish this, I will probably pick Find Me up. But I'm going through one of those periods where I have so many cool books to read. I have such an excellent pile of books to be read that I can't wait to finish one to start the other. But then sometimes it's hard for me to get into the reading of. It's complicated. My reading process is always complicated. I have a huge pile of books that I'm currently reading. But yeah, the conclusion, bottom line point is that I'm really enjoying what I'm reading. I'm getting a lot out of it. And I'm always doing this, always trying not to rush it because I do want to enjoy the book that I'm reading before I, pass on to the next one, before I move on to the next one. But yeah, that's what I'm reading. And as for writing, guys, I think this has been a theme in my last few videos about this, where I'm having such a writing frenzy that I've been just working on a lot of different things, projects, let's call them. And a few weeks, maybe a couple months ago, I submitted a short story. I have currently a flash fiction story to submit, and I'm looking for journals and magazines. I'm in the process of doing that. And I have 2 or 3 more. I honestly can't remember at this point, where I'm done with paper drafts and I'm ready to move on to a digital draft because I always start everything that I writing by hand. And I do a few versions of each story like that. For this one that I submitted recently, I did 5 drafts by hand. And yeah, I have 2 or 3 stories where I'm ready to do a digital draft and work on that. So yeah, a lot is happening. And surprisingly, I'm not only writing freaky stories, because that's been a very big theme for me in the last few months, is writing kind of freakish stories where something strange happens to the characters or they go through a strange journey overall. And the story that I'm talking about, that I'm ready to submit, is quite romantic. Not in the way that, like, it's not a love story, but it has really heavy prose with these beautiful descriptions, and the kind of description where it's a description and opinion. The kind of description where it is a description and an opinion at the same time. And yeah, I don't know where that came from, but I'm happy that I'm writing in different types of voices, because with the freakish stories that I write, it's different narrators and it's usually different narrators and point of view. The one that I submitted recently was third person, and it was kind of a satirical narrator. And the one that I'm working on, that is really big, that I've mentioned many times as Project Cake here, that I'm still writing and preparing to submit, is first person, and it's first person, and it's more like ironic and critical of the world around her. So even in the freaky stories that I write in very different voices, but the tone is similar in the way that strange things happen, right? But I'm really happy that I'm kind of diverging into other, not only types of voices to narrate these stories, but also different messages and just a different style altogether. Because the one that I submitted a while ago is not very long sentences, straight to the point, very critical. This bigger one that I'm working on is, more casual type of writing, because it's first person. The character is not a writer, is just a normal person. And then this one that I'm working right now is first person narration, but it's a person who's very poetic. So the writing comes out very poetic and lyrical, and it's beautiful, like a description, but beautiful description. I think I find myself surprising myself by, I guess, the range that I can produce with my hands and my brain. And yeah, that's I guess the biggest update is that I'm surprised by myself. And yeah, I might have some good news to share with you guys in the future. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, I'm like, I received the good news yesterday, and I'm really excited. I had a really good day yesterday. But yeah, those are my reading and writing updates for the most recent stuff I've been reading and writing. And yeah, I'll see you soon later, eventually. And yeah, I'm so dreamy today, guys. Anyway, bye bye.